If you have finally decided and made your mind that you're going to quit your job no matter what, then in this video, I'm going to share a few pointers, some factors that will help you be successful in doing that. And if you're still in confusion whether to do that or not, then I've already done a video of the factors that you must consider before quitting job. So make sure you watch that. And if you have already framed your mind about quitting the job, then this video is for you. Here I discuss the factors that will help you achieve a positive outcome of that quitting job. So let's get started. Number one, make sure the quitting decision that you have taken is 100% yours and not from any influence, especially if you got influence from some trend on social media where a lot of people are quitting, or maybe your friends are quitting, or maybe your neighbor quit their job and now they are doing something else. None of that matters. Your quitting decision should come 100% from your own will, and you should have a clear why you're doing it and what you're trying to achieve by quitting your job. That is the main factor and the first one. Number two, as I discussed in my previous video, that you must have a parallel source of income. Along with that, it's very important to understand how much income is enough. So in that context, it's very important for you that you're already generating 60% amount of your current income's money in your side hustle or your parallel source of income. I'll repeat it. Your income from your parallel source of income should be at least 60% of your current income. That's a good and stable number, and a number that will indicate that you will be more successful if you quit your job, if you are earning 60% and above from that project or side hustle that you're trying to pursue, or you have already identified some parallel income basis which you'll be running your day-to-day expenses. Next point on the list is to figure out your daily routine for that new project or side hustle or business, whatever you are pursuing. So before you get 100% into that thing, it's very important for you that you know on daily basis what activities you'll be doing related to that. Because if you do not identify those activities, it will be very difficult for you to stay focused, because when we humans become our own boss and when we have all the time in the world to decide what we want to work on, we put in very less time and effort into kind of everything. So it's very important that you design your daily activities in a way that those activities align with that business or whatever you want to achieve in that time frame, so that you are not wasting any time in doing something which is not related to that. Because once you do not have a job, once you do not have anyone to tell you that you are accountable for something, then it becomes very easy to waste your time in little distractions or some other work. Maybe people in your family only will tell you do things or tasks which are not related to your business, and just because you do not have job, they might think that you have time now so you can do those things. But if you spend your time like that on daily basis, then it's going to be very difficult for you to achieve any tangible result within a time frame, and then you will start feeling that it was better to be in the job than to quit the job. Next point on the list is do not take the pressure of proving yourself to others. Initially, you will take a lot of time to show any progress in your project, especially when it comes to showing progress to other people, outside people, because those people are going to measure the progress basis some other metrics, maybe the metrics of how much money you are earning, or maybe how much travel you are doing outside of your country, or something tangible, which might not be the case when you try to measure your own progress, because you get to see those little accomplishments which outside world cannot see, and you know that you have come so far and you have achieved so much in that timeline which is clearly not visible to outside people. So it's very important for you that you are mentally strong enough to not take that into consideration, and you focus on your work with zero pressure of proving yourself to others. Because if you get into that race where you are trying to prove yourself, then you will rush up things, you will try to hurry on the things, on your deliverables, and that will impact the quality. And you might jump onto an idea or maybe the execution of an idea just because you want to prove something to others, while that idea may or may not looks good to you as an individual. So it's very important that you shift your focus onto yourself, on your own journey, rather than considering what other people have to say about it, how other people see your progress. So there you got to be emotionally and mentally very strong. Next point on the list is make sure that your immediate family is in agreement of you quitting the job. If it's not entire family, then make sure at least people whom you care about, or your loved ones, your friends, or whomever you consider your immediate family, they are in agreement with that decision. Reason being, if they are not in agreement with that decision, they will try to push back your decision with little activities, little statements here and there, and that will impact your productivity a lot, and then you will get distracted in whatever you are doing, and then your focus will shift again towards on proving yourself to others, which is not a very good state of mind. And it especially happens when you are meeting other family members and you have your loved ones by your side, and when they try to check on you that what you are up to nowadays, then that question becomes very embarrassing for most of the people who quit their job, because we identify ourselves with those job titles, and now those job titles doesn't exist anymore. Though we have decided to quit job, but we have not mentally prepared ourselves to be that individual entrepreneur who is not yet successful in front of other people's eye. So make sure that you are comfortable with that question, and you see that question coming at you, and you are prepared to how to respond, and you're prepared that your family doesn't feel embarrassed in those situations when somebody asks them those questions. They are confident enough in you and whatever you are doing. Next point on the list is that do not burn the bridges behind you. Let those doors be open forever, and this will help you in two ways. One is obviously in literal way. If things doesn't work out in the way you planned, you can always go back to that previous company, to that previous manager. And second reason why you must not ruin those relationships is because this idea, this thought that you have the doors open for you will give you a peace of mind, and you will never go in that desperation that I have to make it work no matter what. It wouldn't be a do and die situation. You will be in peace of mind. You know that it's okay if things doesn't work out the way I planned for it, then I can always go back there. I have an option with me. So that's a great comfort cushion for someone who is trying to figure out something totally new by quitting their job. So it's very important that you keep up your connections that you have from your previous jobs, even when you are trying to pursue something which is totally different and not related to that field at all. Next thing on the list is design your environment for success. Now, before you actually go 100% in your passion project, make sure that you have designed your environment to be successful in that project. If that thing require a different space for you to work from there, a dedicated space or something else, then make sure that you have already identified those things and you have made necessary arrangements so that from the day one you can kickstart and you can be like 100% productive. Obviously there will be changes as and when you achieve new milestones in that. That is okay. You can always make changes and see what works best for you. But to begin with, it's very important that you have a favorable environment, because if it is not so, then you will waste your time in chaotic environment. You will not be able to achieve anything, and after a while you will feel like you are not being productive or it's not something you can really do. You will start doubting your own capabilities just because you do not have a friendly environment or conducive environment to pursue your project. So it's very important that before you start full-fledged onto the project, you first design and arrange everything that you need, and you kickstart only when you are 100% ready with the environment. Next point on the list is about the required skills. If there are any skills in particular that you are required to learn before you start your business or the project, then it's a good idea that you learn all of them before you quit your job. If there are any courses to be taken, if there are any certifications to be taken, it is must for you to complete all of that before you quit your job. Because once you start taking those certification and courses, you never know how much those expenses add up to. And also you may never know that will you be able to clear the certification in one go, or it will take multiple rounds for you to have that certification. So it makes all the sense to clear all the certification courses before you jump full-fledged into doing that project or whatever you are doing. Next point on the list is that you must have a rough roadmap of your project or business that you would be taking once you go like full-fledged into your business. If you do not have that roadmap, then you will be directionless after a few days. If one thing doesn't work out, you'll be clueless what to do next or how to fix that. So it's very important to have a rough roadmap that can give you the direction or at least sense of direction where you feel that you're moving, you're making progress, and if one thing is not working out, you already know what to do next, so that you do not get absorbed into that failure of one thing which didn't work out, and then you might lose the entire productivity just because one small thing is not working out how you planned it to be. So make sure that you have rough idea of how you are going to measure your progress, what are the milestones for you, what will be the steps. So a rough roadmap with the timeline will help you achieve the milestones fairly easily and will also give you a sense of direction. Next thing on the list is the help of human resources. Now, here I'm not talking about literal human resources as in hiring people who will help you in your business. Here I'm talking more in terms of that if you get stuck, what resources do you have to come out of that situation? Do you have people who can help you, be it paid or unpaid help? Do you know people in the area in which you are embarking this journey? Do you know people in the technology in which you are taking that first step? So it's very important to have that circle, or I should say network, where people will help you to get unstuck whenever you are in that kind of situation where you do not know what to do next. This kind of help is very important to be identified before you start. Otherwise, if you think that you'll find people once you start your journey, then it will become very difficult because you will be totally consumed by that new thing. There will be 100 other things which you are yet to figure out how to do. On top of that, if you keep an expectation from yourself that you will build a social circle, you will build a network of people who will be from the similar field and who will help you. That is a very unrealistic expectations that you're keeping from yourself, and you are bound to fail if you keep that. So it's very important for you that you start slow, and once you have identified a major area of your business or your niche, then start slowly and start interacting with people on platforms like LinkedIn and other networking platforms where you can interact with them, see what challenges they are facing, and if you can help them promptly, so that if you are stuck someday in something, they will be able to help you, or most importantly, they are willing to help you. So it's very important that you have that resource pool with you where you have people to reach out to when you get stuck. And the final point on the list is your plan for the zero. If you invest everything that you have, your savings, your time and energy into that one single project, you already quit your job. And if unfortunately everything gets boiled down to zero, nothing works out and you lose everything, then what's the plan for that? What you are going to do after that? You must already have those action steps. You must already have that action plan with you, so that if that situation arrives, you can quickly jump onto that action plan rather than sulking in those negative emotions. Make sure that you have a plan for that, and if that involves more people, then those people are aware of your plan so that they can help you when the time comes. And if there are external resources, investments that you have made for that plan particularly, then how you should be using all that money in that plan, all of that should be designed beforehand so that you are free in a way to pursue your passion and you are not bothered about what if. So that was it, guys. That was all the points that I wanted to share. Here is a quick summary of all the points that we discussed so far in the video. I really hope that you found some value in today's discussion. With that, I'm signing off. You keep on watching more content on the Corporate Diaries to be corporate ready, and I will see you in my next one. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.